Hey guys, Alexander here. Back again, like I lost my wallet. I haven't posted in a while because I traveled. I went to spend some time away from my daily work routine, and I felt like I needed it. I had fun, connected with old friends, and now I'm back trying to settle back into my old routine. And hopefully, I'll have more of these videos out often. Um, Anyways, today's video is a review about a book that I just finished reading. And while I was away, I visited a bookstore and I had a discussion with a friend about how I don't remember reading any light-hearted books by Nigerian authors. And most of them are heavily centered around very serious topics and themes. And there's not much in the way of humor, and I felt like I was looking for something fast-paced and light-hearted, something that didn't take itself too seriously, but was written by a Nigerian author, just to see what that felt like. Then my friend recommended this bad boy here. Um, am I doing this justice, or is the light effect in it? The Mechanics of Yenagoa by Michael Afenfia. Really nice cover. I read a lot of ebooks, so it's nice to be reviewing a hard copy book. Um, Anyways, Yenagoa is a small city in the south of Nigeria, a place I've never been to. So it was nice to read something about something that's in its own little way paints a picture about um, what life is like in that part of the country. The book follows Ebinimi, a mechanic who somehow manages to find a way to get himself and the people around him into all sorts of worrisome situations. That is essentially what the book is about. His troubles with relationships, love triangles, family problems, local politics, his career, thugs. There were a lot. And I think that's one of the things the book did well, weaving all these troubles together to form a cohesive story. There are characters in his life who add a bit of spice to the story as well. And because the story revolves around Ebinimi, that's the protagonist, the characters are related to him in one way or the other. There's a sister who is obsessed with church and the man of God, and also in a really strange domestic family situation. There are also his apprentices who help him with work, and they add a bit of humor to the story, and a whole lot of other characters. There are quite a number of characters that add spice to the story. One other thing is that the story isn't exactly about one thing. It's sort of a collage or a collection of vignettes that are connected by these characters' lives. Yeah, so what did I think about the mechanics of Yenagoa by Michael Afenfia? I thought it was just like my friend told me it would be, lighthearted, fast-paced, and it doesn't take itself too seriously. Um, that said, the things I didn't like about the book, or the thing I didn't like about the book, the one thing I didn't like about the book was repeated so much that it ruined my experience of the book. Um, so yeah, it's a funny book, really hilarious with a decent storyline. It attempts to explore so many themes that Nigerians can relate to: teenage drug use, unhealthy obsession with religious people, politics, sex, and a bunch of others. I thought they were done really well, and I enjoyed how the characters were used as a vehicle to sort of like explore these different themes. Speaking of characters, I like the characters in this book. They mostly all had some sort of motivation, and that made them believable. Also, because the book is about Nigerians doing mostly Nigerian things, I found there were characters in there that I could relate to, not because we shared the behavioral traits or anything like that, but because I knew people just like them. And the book attempts to give a feel of what life as artisans in a small town in Nigeria feels like. That had a lot to do with the setting too, because for the duration of the book, I felt like I was there in Yenagoa, experiencing the culture, language, and the terrible politics that those poor people were being subjected to. I thought that was really well done. The overall plot was engaging too. A couple plot twists that I thought were handled relatively well. Some I saw coming and some I didn't at all. I remember one in particular that made me laugh out loud. I wouldn't say what it was because of spoilers, but it involves someone carefully laying out plans and everything backfiring. And yeah, the book was written in a format that I thought was strange at first. There were things happening in between chapters that we didn't know, and we only got to find out in the next chapter. So in between chapters, things would happen, and you find out, or you just catch up in the next chapter. So at first, I didn't like it, but as I went along, I thought it added to the story, and it's one of the things that makes the story really, really fast paced. So what was it that ruined my experience? Um, yeah, I couldn't stand the references to Nigerian pop culture or just world pop culture in general. There were so many unnecessary name drops that added nothing to the story, in my opinion. There was one on almost every page, from Childish Gambino to Rihanna to Wizkid to Tariq from Power to Issa Rae and Insecure. It was just so much, and I kept cringing every time they came up because I felt they were so unnecessary. I remember a line that read, "It was like I was in a Star Wars movie and I had crossed over to the dark side." I kept on rolling my eyes to things like that. And they added nothing to the story unless, of course, the author felt it was important to let us know he had access to the internet or cable, which I'd assumed anyways. He could have just as easily described all this or gave some other references that weren't pop culture references. And to be honest, that was the only thing I would say I did not like. But then, like I said, it was done so much that yeah, by the time I got halfway through the book, I thought it was getting ridiculous. But yeah, however, if you can stomach that, I thought it was a really decent read. Feel like the book is about typical Nigerians in a part of a country where I don't think many stories come out from. So it's important in a way. Also, it's worth mentioning that a sizable chunk of the book is written in Nigerian Pidgin English. So I don't know if non-Nigerians would understand that, and if you're a non-Nigerian trying to read something about Nigeria. I feel like it's sort of a tricky one because this is a book that describes Nigeria and the people in Nigeria, but it's one that I don't know if people that are outside Nigeria would understand because of the language. But it's not so bad. If you're adventurous, it's something that you could try. Yeah, I rated it 2.5 stars initially, but then I bumped it up to 3 because I don't like the half rating system, and I think it's closer to a 3 than it is to a 2, I think. Yeah, I also don't know that I'll recommend this unless like me you're looking for something that's lighthearted, fast-paced, and it's also a Nigerian book that doesn't take itself too seriously, then this might be the one. It's really good, just not too good. But yeah, that's it from me today. Like and subscribe if you enjoyed watching this, and yeah, let me know your thoughts if you've read this in the comments, and I'll catch you in the next one.